What's up, guys? Welcome back to Deck Tech for Decks. I'm your host Caleb. Special shout out to my high contributing patrons, Newsome, you rock. Now let's get into today's deck tech with 3Dog Galaxy News DJ. This guy's honestly insane. We can put some pretty unique auras on this guy that just kind of break the deck. We do need a board state, but creating a board state in Boros is not hard at all. And then once we get the board state, we can start enchanting him with stuff like Sound of Drums. Then we sacrifice the Sound of Drums, give all of our creatures double damage, return Sounds of Drums to our hand, rinse and repeat. Quadruple damage, it just keeps getting insane. We're going to go ahead and take out the table with that. And like I said, creating the giant board state, not hard. Krinko is going to be solid. Archons of Sun's Grace is going to be amazing. We can essentially double our board state every turn with this card, since we are just going to keep sacrificing more and more enchantments. We can also really abuse the enchantments that draw us a card whenever they ETB, because again, we have a massive board state. We sacrifice it. We just give all of our creatures that enchantment, and then we draw cards equal to our board state. Pretty messed up. Shiny impetus effects are also really good. We really don't care that our creatures are goated because we're attacking with our creatures every single turn anyway, and then we get to net some crazy treasure token value. In short, this guy just creates a very unique value engine in the form of very massive creatures. So if that sounds like a deck tech you want to get into, let's get into it. Let's kick it off by talking about some of the key enchantment auras we have in the deck. We have Spectral Ward and Pentarch Ward. These auras are going to make it really hard for our opponents to block us, and we also use a lot of red board wipes. If you have protection from red and something deals damage to a creature, that's going to deal 0 instead. So it kind of turns some of our board wipes into one-sided board wipes, which can be very impactful. Unquestioned Authority, Timely Ward, and Redemption Arc are also super solid, just giving our creatures indestructible and notably some card advantage at the same time. Angelic Gift, Ruin of Sustenance, and Sage's Reverie are also going to be amazing card draw pieces while giving us some other slight benefits. Except Sage's Reverie. Sage's Reverie is just a house in this deck and does a lot of work. Atali's Favor, another card that does a lot of work in this deck. That Discover ability is no joke and can put in some insane work, especially when you're copying it like 10 plus times. Don't forget that Discover is also a cast trigger, so all of your enchantments that care about us casting more enchantments will trigger off of these Discovers. Sticky Fingers and Shiny Impetus, again, some solid ways to generate a ton of treasure tokens, and Sticky Fingers can also give us a ton of card advantage. Sound of Drums and Unquenchable Fury are not only very powerful cards that will just flat in the game if we have a big enough board state, they're additionally just amazing card draw engines or just value engines in this deck, since we can cast them and return them from our graveyard to cast them again. Angelic Destiny just seemed super solid. The fact that we can make all of our creatures 4/4s with flying and first strike is going to be insane. Ethereal Armor, All That Glitters, and Eidolon of Countless Battles are insane cards that just buff our board state an insane amount, especially since we're creating a ton of them with our commander. Spirit Mantle is just going to give our creatures protection from creatures. We do need to attack to get the first couple triggers, and if people have blockers, that's going to be hard. Mantle of the Ancients is solid recursion, and additionally, it's another one of those enchantments that just buffs our board state a ton. Boon of the Spirit Realm is another really busted enchantment. This just sits on the battlefield and starts making our board state bigger and bigger. The fact that we can get a ton of counters on this all at once means the probability that you cast this, trigger your commander, and then win the game is not 0. Light Paws is just a very solid way to start accruing a ton of value. Kellen the Fey-Blooded, not only is this guy a tutor, but additionally he can be a pretty good anthem in this deck. Guardian of Fate is super important in this deck because we do get blown out of the water by enchantment mass removal, so if we phase out all of our creatures, all of our auras are attached to those creatures, and it will just essentially phase out our entire board. Songbird's Blessing can dig you insanely deep and draw you a ton of cards. Not only do we get these enchantments for free if we want, we can also save them for a later date. This card's just insane and does a lot in the deck. Harnessed Snubhorn. Now this one's really good because it can return our key pieces from the graveyard to our hand, and this guy attacking is not going to be very hard, especially when he's a 2/5 already, and we're definitely going to be buffing him up. Nomad Mythmaker, this is another one that's really solid at returning our enchantments from our graveyard straight into play. Felidar Umbra, just a super solid card that protects all of our creatures just in case of a mass board wipe. Rayev, this one just gives all of our creatures double strike, which again can kind of just win us the game. In order for this strategy to work though, we do need to go pretty wide, so Archon of Sun's Grace is going to be very good at doing this, along with Ajani's Chosen. All we have to do is copy our enchantments with our commander. If we make 5, boom, we get 5 bodies. We can essentially just double our board state every single turn as long as we're triggering our commander consistently. That's going to be extremely busted and end the game very quickly. Hallowed Hauntings, Sigil of the Empty Throne, and Monastery Mentor are a little bit slower in the deck, but make no mistake, they are still amazing, especially when we're playing stuff like Atali's Favor. There's a lot of things that just allow us to cast those enchantments anyway, and then while we're doing that, we're just making our board state massive. Anam Pakal and Krinko 10 Street Kingpin, these ones just attack and create a massive board state. Nurturing Presence and Cathar's Call, these ones are very unique to this strategy, but I think they're going to be amazing in this deck. Just copy them with your commander, and boom, you've got yourself a board state along with enchanted creatures. What more could you want? Felidar Retreat not only buffs our board state, but additionally gives us a board state. Elemental Mastery is absolutely insane because remember, our commander does give it to all attacking creatures. So we just put Elemental Mastery on all of our massive creatures, tap all of those massive creatures, and then sacrifice any enchantment that buffs our creatures up, and that's going to kill our opponents pretty easily. Talking about some more solid card advantage pieces, we have Core Spirit Dancer, Mesa Enchantress, and SRAM that also draws cards whenever we cast an aura spell. We have Nelly Borka. I think this is just good enough because, again, we kind of want our opponents attacking in the early game being open, so Nelly Borka will make it to where they're incentivized to attack our opponents. Wyleth, again, just gets massive and can start drawing us a ton of cards. The ramp is also pretty simple. We have Curse of Opulence, Starfield Mystic, Transcendent Envoy, just to reduce the cost of those aura cards, and then we just have our very simple budget mana rocks that are just going to get us there in the early game. Our removal package is solid and low to the ground. We have Chaos Warp, Swords to Plowshare, and Generous Gift as our removal pieces of choice. Seal of Cleansing, Grasp of Fate, Darksteel Mutations, all very flexible cards that can really hose over our opponents. Galvanic Arc is really unique to this deck and can do a ton of damage depending on our board state. I mean, honestly, even just 10 creatures is 30 damage. That could kill someone very easily. Austere Command can be a one-sided board wipe since a lot of our creatures are low to the ground. We can, let's say, destroy all creatures with power 4 or greater and then all artifacts. You know, this card is very flexible in this deck. Chain Reaction and Blasphemous Act are our other creature removal choices. There's a lot of ways to make our creatures indestructible and a lot of ways to give them protection from red. So as long as we have those, these can also be some very good one-sided board wipes. Now let's get into that playtest. Okay, let's get into today's playtest. I'm kind of excited about this one. This guy seems insane. All right, we've got early game ramp. We've got a way to make a board state. We've got a tutor. Yeah, this is going to be perfect. Next turn. Just keep ramping out. And I think we want to do the commander thing. Not really, because the thing is, he's not really useful without a board state, so we kind of want to do the board state thing first. What is this? Enchanted. As long as you control 7 or more enchantments, creatures you control have Flying and Vigilance. Whenever you cast an enchantment. Okay, cool. Yep. We'll play this. Go to our next turn. And then we could run out our commander. 1, 2, 3. Awkward mana wise. 1, 2. Tutor. Yeah, I guess we will run out the commander. That's fine. We'll do that. Go to our next turn. Play this. Play this. Create my spirit token. It's a 1/1. And then we're just going to go to our next turn. All right, we love to see it. Enters tapped. Not the best, but we will go ahead and do the Callan thing here. Let's tutor first. Let's see what we want. We probably want some solid card advantage. Or we want ramp. Ramp would be good too. Now let's go for the card advantage. The card advantage is the safe bet. And to draw a card for each aura you control that's attached to it. Okay, cool. Can I play that this turn? No, let's get something I can play this turn. That makes more sense. Sorry. I'm just looking for... Where are you? Ooh, let's do Atali's Favor. That sounds really good, actually. Yes. Okay, and then we will go ahead and cast Atali's Favor. That's going to get us another spirit creature token. Boop. And now they're 2/2s. And then, when Atali's Favor enters the battlefield, discover 3. Let's go. Okay, Dark Mutations. Cool. We'll put that on one of our opponent's things and hose them over. That card just really sucks. And then, do I cast? Yeah, you do cast it. So we're going to get another spirit token. The enchantment deck is doing enchantment deck things. That's 3 Atali's Favor next turn. Actually, attacking creatures. So 1, 2, 3. Go to our next turn. Ooh. Do the spirit tokens have flying? No, that's okay though. Yeah, we are just going to count or do Atali's Favor. We're gonna attack with all 3 spirits. Let me see. Can I activate this more than once? Whenever you may pay and sacrifice an aura. Yeah, it's just once. That's okay. I don't have to attack with him, which is kind of good though. So we will go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 mana. I could run this out for 2 white. And that would still let me copy it. I kind of want to bestow it though. Can I do one more? I can. Okay, so we'll bestow it onto this guy. And then we'll go to combat. We'll sack Atali's Favor. We'll attack with all 3 of our spirits. And then we'll get 3 Atali's 3 Atali favors. Make token copy. Cool. So let's see what we get. And oh, sorry, we do get another spirit. Oh, guys, there's a lot of triggers. Okay, Atali's Favor. Yes, we cast the cleric. The cleric's going to be good because it can return Atali's Favor back from our graveyard. This is also good. Enchant creature will enchant our commander. Oh, and yep, we got card advantage. The engine is online. Move to the bottom of library. Okay, and then how many enchantments did we cast there? 1. So we're gonna get, you guessed it, another spirit token. All the spirits are 5/5s. And actually, since they this happens on attack trigger, they're gonna see the +1 and trample from the Atali's Favor. So we're actually gonna hit them with 3 6/6s. Seems pretty good. Our engine's fully online from here, and yeah, we're just going to take over the board. We can now go to our next turn. Boop. We got a little bit of protection. You like to see it. So I think the goal is Cather's Call. Yeah, we Cather's Call. And then that's just going to screw over everybody. Yeah, okay, this is what we do, guys. We're going to copy the Cather's Call, right? So that's going to net us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Cather's Call. Unless we want to attack with more. We probably don't. I'm fine with 5 Cather's Calls. Cather's Calls is enough, right? And then we're going to go ahead and we could do more. We could cast this. Do we want to though? I don't even know. Maybe we just cast Cal in here. It really doesn't matter. Because here's what we're going to do. We're going to do Cather's Call this turn. Actually, no. Sorry. Let's leave open the... Let's leave open the Guardian Faith. Yeah, we're going to leave open Guardian of Faith. That's what we're going to do. That makes more sense. So we're going to Cather's Call here. Sack it. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Cather's Calls. And what's going to happen is when we go to our end step, we are going to get 5 1/1 creature tokens. So we're just going to add that as a token where these humans, human. It doesn't matter. We just need a 1/1. Okay, so we get, oh, sorry, add counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, when they try to wipe our board, we flash in the Guardian of Faith. Then we go to our next turn, throw this down, go to combat, instantly copy the Eidolon of Countless Battles. And so all of our creatures will get +1 for each creature and +1 for each aura. So if we count that real quick, our auras are, we got 2 per creature. So, I'm sorry, 2 per, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on the spirits. And then we add 5 more with Eidolon. So that's going to be 13 here. We add 5 more here, so that's 18. Okay, so we're going to have 18 because we're attacking with all these. And then our creatures, so 18 for the enchantments, or 19 because of this one. And then 20. So 20 enchantments. 21 enchantments. 21 enchantments. And then we count the creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15 creatures. So they're all going to get plus 35, 35. And the Atali's favor ones have trample. That's going to kill our opponents. We're going to call it there. Turn 9, but remember, we did get there with protection, and it is a budget brew, so, you know, take it or leave it. We didn't get into our card draw, and we kind of got land screwed, guys. We didn't draw into our lands because we didn't get the card draw down. But, yeah, we got there, guys. With that being said, I hope this helped you in your deck building endeavors. I would like to thank my high contributing patrons, Newsome, Excessum, Chicken Salad, Praetor. You guys are amazing. Really keep the channel going. If you guys want to become a patron and join us on the weekly voted patron deck tech, you can join in the description down below. With that being said, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one.